everyone, this is PK Entertainment and we're back again, and here now we have another video for you, and we're going to talk about Superman and Lois. And very good news if you are a fan of the series and indeed the Arrowverse, as it has recently been confirmed that the series will be renewed for a 4th season. Now this was following months of negotiations, and Superman and Lois is of course now, if we really think about it, the last remnant of the long ongoing Arrowverse surrounding the famous DC characters. We saw of course The Flash reach its finale and ends within its 9th season a couple of weeks ago, and also previous series such as Supergirl, Black Lightning and Legends of Tomorrow were all brought to a close last year. Now this is especially a relief if you were a fan of the show. There were ongoing speculation regarding Superman and Lois's future. Of course, we saw how quickly that David Zaslav had really cut down the whole entire Arrowverse shows. We all know this was part of his huge initiative to concentrate far more on more reality-based TV rather than scripted TV, because he felt it was cost effective. And because of that mindset, it was really down to 2 current shows, both Superman and Lois and Gotham Knights, and there was speculation, especially on social media, which one would overall survive. Many people, myself included, actually felt that it would actually be Gotham Knights that would actually get renewed, purely because it's the cheapest show to run. If you watch Superman and Lois, it is of course involving Superman, so even though it's very much more of a family-based show, you still get plenty of epic scale fights and Superman action, and all of those sequences don't come cheap. So this is why I was thinking that Gotham Knights may get the nod, even though it has largely been derided by even most DC fans who were slightly enthusiastic to see exactly how the show would play out. All I've seen is mostly negative reaction and consensus amongst that particular show. So maybe they felt that because Superman and Lois has already had a strong following, it was for the last couple of years the highest viewed show within all of the Arrowverse, even surpassing The Flash. And in a way, it does make common sense that you would retain your most successful show. And if you follow all of my reviews on the series, you'll know that I feel that Superman and Lois is a very good show. Very strong characterization. I do very much believe that Tyler Hoechlin's Superman is far more a step in the right direction on how the character should be handled, as opposed to what we've seen recently with the Snyderverse. I've enjoyed the interpretation of both Clark Kent and Lois Lane, and both Tyler Hoechlin and Bitsy Tulloch have great chemistry together playing the 2 characters, and all of the other supporting actors all contribute very well. And I think overall season 3, whilst a few issues, has overall still been a very solid entry within the series itself. So personally for me, I'm very glad to see that Superman and Lois is getting continued. Now despite all of that good news, there is a certain bittersweetness to this news as well. Now the trade-off here is that there will be certain budget cuts to the overall series. Usually we get 13 episodes each season, that will now be trimmed to 10 for season 4. And also there will be a reduction in terms of the cast members. Now, of course, both Tyler Hoechlin and Bitsy Tulloch will be retained as they are the title characters of the series, but certain supporting roles will be reduced. So despite not having any confirmation, I could easily see the likes of maybe Chrissy and Kyle maybe exiting the show, as I don't think their roles are absolutely crucial to the overall series. Now, one perhaps negative aspect to this news is that because the budget is reduced, that means we will likely get far less Superman-esque action. And this has actually been one of my biggest criticisms of season 3, is that we've seen a far less focus on Superman action, and we've seen far more focus, especially on the human story, when we are dealing with the cancer storylines surrounding certain characters. And I think this season has been slower paced because of that focus, and it does raise a bit of concerns going ahead into season 4. If we are going to have a reduced amount of episodes, does that mean we'll have far more elongated scenes of characters walking and talking and expressing more their feelings and emotions rather than superhero-esque action? How would that affect the fans of the show? Now, we do understand, of course, that from day one, Superman and Lois has set its stall out to be much more of a family drama than a full-blown superhero action series. So the show could actually maintain its more somber tone than what we've seen certainly in the last season or so. I guess we can't really judge until we see the 4th season whenever it does release. And of course, due to the writer's strike as well, we do expect there to be some sort of delay before we see the 4th season emerge. But despite any concerns that you may have, I think overall that have to be grateful, especially if you are a fan of the series, that it is actually getting renewed. It really was touch and go, and for so long I actually thought that Superman and Lois would get cancelled like the rest of the Arrowverse shows. So I think yes, you should appreciate the fact that you are getting a 4th season. In all likelihood, I would probably expect season 4 to be the last, especially how we are reducing the amount of episodes and also the amount of characters as well. So I wouldn't get too excited for any potential season 5. And I think looking at it overall, this is probably Warner Brothers and HBO's way of trying to maintain interest in the character of Superman just enough before we see the upcoming Superman cinematic version with James Gunn's Superman and Legacy. Perhaps that's what it is. They don't want people to lose interest or investment in the property of Superman before we get the live action cinematic version. But that is all future speculation for another day. But overall, very good news if you are a fan of Superman and Lois, that you are indeed getting an extension of the show. It is a very strong, solid series. And overall, that's what we want, isn't it? We want shows that are quality to last on the airwaves longer. So no real outrage or dramatic reaction to the fact that Superman and Lois has been extended for a 4th season. And I guess the Arrowverse, in its very weakened and declined state, will just have to go on for just a little bit longer. So here's my overall thoughts and feelings on the recent announcement that Superman and Lois will be renewed for a 4th season. Let me know what you think in the comments below. How do you feel about this news? Do you think it's good that we are getting a 4th season? Or do you have major concerns with the fact that it will be a reduced amount of episodes and also a reduced amount of characters? Do you think that will have a negative impact on the series? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And as I mentioned, you can continue to watch my coverage of the series. And of course, we are only 2 episodes away now from the season 3 finale. So look out for my reviews very shortly. And of course, I will continue to cover the show when season 4 eventually arrives. So look out for all of that good content within the future. And if you have any other comments or suggestions or television series or any other movies that you'd like to see me cover within the channel, then also drop me a suggestion within the comments and I will see if I can provide further commentary for you on that subject matter within the future. Please also hit and like the subscription and notification buttons so I can provide you with more high quality content like this in the future. But that's it for now. Take care of yourselves and I will see you very, very soon.